Hello everybody, welcome. Mr. Thornborough here. I hope you're having a good day. Wanted to give you a little tutorial on Adobe Rush and just getting into a little bit of the movie magic that you can do with even just a simple program like Adobe Rush, and I'll just get on a little bit of that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some footage in, and I actually already have a timeline here, and the piece of footage is on my desktop. You can't see it because it's hidden by my face, but I'm just going to grab it. There it is there, and I'm just going to drag it over into my timeline already. Okay, so all that is there. I'm going to zoom back, and I'm going to take a look at the whole thing, and you'll see it's actually some footage of my dog there. There's my dog Lily, and there I motivated her with a few treats there. The first thing I'm going to do, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have Lily appear like she's a ghost. She's just going to appear and disappear, not unlike how they used to do with the old Star Trek, where people beam to the planet and they just suddenly appear. We're going to do that really quick, okay? It's going to be a really simple little tutorial, but very helpful when you want to do some fun special effects in your video. So let's see here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to first thing I'm just going to remove the sound. Let's just get rid of the sound, and I'm just going to separate the sound, and I've just deleted the sound. So now there's no audio in my video, and that's helpful. And so what I've done is I've taken the footage of the dog just sitting there, and now she's coming because I got a treat for her. And then I just threw another treat over there, and she walked away. And so I just did this because I didn't have anybody to shoot some video of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, here she's disappeared, and this footage right here is all just blank footage. So I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to use that blank footage, okay? So, because this blank footage is going to be kind of like a base. So what I want you to start thinking about is like video, kind of like Photoshop, where you got layers on top of each other. And so if I've got, I can have Lily appear and disappear on footage just by showing and hiding a layer. So I'll explain. Now I've got my footage in this layer view right here. I can click this, and now it's just kind of in your basic view, but I can click and I can see all my layers. And so this is my blank footage here, okay? And then this is of the dog, and maybe I'll just use the beginning footage. I'm going to just cut that right down. And then this footage is going to go on top. And let's zoom in. Okay. So you'll notice that I used a tripod, and I just used my iPhone for this. I purposely did my iPhone because most of you would be shooting yours with a phone as well. And notice my footage is horizontal, it's sideways, it's landscape mode, because that's what the shape of your television's at. So I know that some people have been shooting their videos vertically because that's the way they're used to shooting with their phones. But please, if you can, shoot your video horizontal, because that is what you do in video. So I've just got the dog here. Now you'll notice that because I used a tripod, and you can use anything, like just prop your phone up with some books and just kind of aim it the right way on a stool or whatever, and just hit the record button. And then if you just keep recording, you notice I shot this all in one shot, then the camera will not move at all. It'll just be in the same spot and will not move. Why is this advantageous to us? Because here Lily is not in the picture, okay? And then once I move to this shot and see, now this is just like a layer in Photoshop, this layer is covering up that layer, so you see the layer that's on top. So you see how Lily just kind of appears and disappears. And somehow my camera has moved ever so slightly. I don't know how, because I didn't touch my camera. So but you can see how she now all of a sudden is just appearing and disappearing. We're going to use that because, like, really, if I were to play that, there, she's not there, but then poof, she just appears. Now this might be something like, say if you have a horror movie, or say you're doing like a cooking show, all of a sudden you could be there and then poof, you've got you've got utensils in your hand, or you've got food in your hand, or you could just put together a composition. As long as the camera doesn't move, you can switch things around in your shot, and it just looks like it's called a jump cut. Now, if I were to go into my effects now, and I have to say though, if we were using the full version of Adobe Premiere at school, I could take the opacity of this top layer and make it like 50%, and that way the dog would appear like a ghost in the room, right? And we're going to see a little bit of that because I'm just going to add in a transition, a dissolve transition, just with the effects here. Just going to drag that to here, and actually I'm going to drag that out. So this transition is lasting from here to here, and you'll see how the dog slowly appears in. Okay? There. Like that. And then we'll just have her transition out again. Okay, so I bring that in. Oops. I just want to make that transition bigger. Click on the transition first. There. Okay. So now if we play this from the very beginning, oh, there she is there, and away she goes. Okay. Now, so you can do that with anything in your shot. If you want to do a horror, if you want to do cooking, there's all sorts of ways for just to incorporate this trick in, as long as your camera is in the exact same spot. If your camera moves, and sometimes your camera can move just by hitting the record off and on again, then you know it really wrecks the illusion. The other thing that may wreck an illusion is your lighting too. Like if somebody turns on a light, or if you do it outside and the sun goes in or the sun goes out, or you're outside and there's trees blowing in the background and they're moving, and then you jump, you cut, and then you see that in the trees. So those type of things kind of will wreck the illusion. So you got to really do it in a controlled environment. Great examples of this is this guy named Zach King, who he's been around for quite a number of years, and he does all sorts of trickery on the computer. See how he's there and he's just reaching over and grabbing there, and then he's going to reach that, and now he's going to get soaked. Those are just all like little tricks that he uses. There we go. He's going to take that orange and he's going to squeeze orange juice out of the orange. Okay, so all that's actually a grade 12 project that we get into how to make that stuff. And all that is that in a layer, there's actually a jug of orange juice that's pouring into there, and they're just lining it up absolutely perfect, and they're just kind of cropped and masked on top of each other. But it's just a really, it's very important in this kind of situation in order to have things lined up perfectly, and planning is really important when you're doing little tricks like that. Okay, but the basis of that, the fundamental of that is right here. More than one layer on top of each other, and then you're just starting to create an illusion. Okay, there you go. Have a good day.